Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about something that can completely change your life. Not slowly, but fast. Because today's topic is how to learn English very fast. Now listen carefully. Hello, and welcome to English Learning Booster, the place where you learn English in the simplest, smartest, and most practical way. If you truly want to speak English with confidence, clarity, and natural flow, then you are in the right place. Today's video is not just another lesson. It is a complete system that can change the way you learn English forever. Now let me tell you something very important. Many people spend years learning English. They go to classes, they watch videos, they read books, they memorize grammar rules, they learn hundreds of words. But when the moment comes to speak, they feel stuck. Their mind becomes blank. Their confidence disappears. Why does this happen? Not because they are not intelligent, not because they are not hardworking, but because they are using the wrong method. They focus too much on grammar. They wait for perfect sentences. They are afraid of making mistakes. And slowly, they build fear instead of confidence. But today, everything is going to change. Because today, you are not going to learn more English. You are going to learn the right way to learn English. A faster way, a smarter way, a practical way. This is not about studying harder. This is about studying better. So stay with me till the end, because this video will not only help you learn English faster, it will also help you become a confident English speaker. Now let's begin with the most powerful step of all. Step 1. Stop translating. Start thinking in English. This is the foundation. This is the base. This is where real change begins. Most learners don't realize this, but the biggest problem in learning English is not vocabulary, not grammar, but thinking. Let me explain. When you want to say something in English, what happens inside your mind? First, you think in your native language. Then, you try to translate that thought into English. Then you try to speak. This process is slow, it is stressful, and it breaks your confidence. Because while you are translating, your brain is under pressure. You forget words, you hesitate, you feel nervous, and because of this, your speaking becomes slow and unnatural. But fluent speakers don't do this. They don't translate. They think directly in English. And that is why they speak fast. That is why they sound natural. That is why they feel confident. So the real question is not, how many words do you know? The real question is, in which language do you think? Now, you may say, but I don't know enough English to think in English. That's okay. You don't need perfect English. You just need simple English. Start small. Very small. When you wake up in the morning, don't think in your native language. Think in English. Say in your mind, I am waking up. I feel sleepy. I don't want to get up. When you go to brush your teeth, think, I am brushing my teeth. The water is cold. When you eat breakfast, think, I am eating. This is tasty. I like this. These are simple sentences, easy sentences. But they are powerful, because you are training your brain. Now understand this deeply. At the beginning, it will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will try to go back to your native language. You will feel slow. You will feel confused. But this is normal, because your brain is not used to thinking in English. But if you continue this practice every day, slowly your brain will adapt. And one day, without even realizing, you will start thinking in English automatically. No translation, no stress, no hesitation. And when that happens, speaking becomes easy. Because now you are not translating, you are expressing. This is the secret of fast learners. They don't translate, they think in English. Now let me give you a powerful exercise. Throughout the day, talk to yourself in English. Not loudly if you feel shy. You can do it in your mind, or softly. Describe everything: what you are doing, what you are seeing, what you are feeling. For example, I am walking on the road. The weather is nice. I see many people. I feel tired. This simple habit can change your brain. Now, one more important thing. Don't worry about mistakes. Your thoughts do not need to be perfect. Even if your sentence is wrong, it is okay, because you are learning. If you wait for perfect English, you will never start. And if you never start, you will never improve. So remember this: wrong English is okay. Broken English is okay. Silence is not okay, because silence stops your growth. But speaking, even imperfectly, moves you forward. Now, let's connect this with your goal. If you practice thinking in English every day, something amazing will happen. Your speed will increase. Your hesitation will decrease. Your confidence will grow. And English will stop feeling like a subject. It will start feeling like a part of your life. And when English becomes your thinking language, fluency becomes natural. So remember this powerful line: if you want to speak fast, you must think fast. And if you want to think fast in English, you must stop translating. So from today, make this habit part of your daily life. Think in English every day, every moment you can. Because this one step alone can completely change your English journey. Now, let's move to the second step. Step 2. Speak English every day, even if it is only for 10 minutes. This step may sound simple, but it is one of the most powerful steps in your entire English learning journey. Let me ask you something honestly. Do you speak English every day? Most people will say no. They read English, they watch English videos, they learn grammar rules, they memorize vocabulary, but they don't speak. And that is the biggest mistake. Because speaking is not something you learn by thinking. It is something you learn by doing. You cannot learn swimming by reading a book. You cannot learn driving by watching videos. And you cannot learn speaking English without speaking. It is that simple. But many learners are stuck in a dangerous habit. They keep waiting. They say, "First, I will learn more words. First, I will improve my grammar. First, I will become confident. Then, I will start speaking." But that day never comes, because confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. Fluency does not come before practice. Fluency comes because of practice. So if you really want to learn English fast, you must stop waiting and start speaking. Now, you may say, "But I don't have anyone to speak with." That's okay. You don't need a partner to start speaking. You need your voice. You need your effort. And you need consistency. You can speak alone. Yes, alone. You can stand in front of a mirror and talk. You can describe your day. You can talk about your plans. You can explain what you see around you. You can even record your voice on your phone. The goal is simple. Open your mouth every day. Because many learners have knowledge in their brain, but their mouth is not trained. Their brain knows words, but their tongue cannot use them quickly. And when the moment comes to speak, they freeze, they hesitate, they pause too much, they feel nervous, not because they don't know English, but because they don't practice speaking. Now, understand this deeply. When you speak every day, even for just 10 minutes, you are training multiple skills at the same time. You are training your brain to think faster. You are training your tongue to move naturally. You are training your confidence to grow slowly. You are training your fear to become weaker. And all of this matters. Because fluency is not built in one big moment. It is built in small, daily practice. Now, many people think 10 minutes is too little. But let me tell you something powerful. 10 minutes every day is stronger than 2 hours once a week. Because daily practice builds habit, and habit builds fluency. If you practice only sometimes, your brain forgets. But if you practice every day, your brain remembers. This is how learning becomes fast. Now, let me show you a simple method to follow. First, choose a fixed time. It can be morning, it can be evening, it can be before sleeping. The time does not matter. Consistency matters. When you choose a fixed time, your brain prepares for it. It becomes a habit. Second, choose simple topics. Don't try to speak about complicated things in the beginning. Start with easy topics. Talk about your day. Talk about your room. Talk about your food. Talk about your plans. Talk about your goals. Simple topics are enough. You are not giving a speech. You are building fluency, step by step. Third, don't stop again and again. This is very important. Many learners speak one sentence, then stop. Then they correct themselves. Then they start again. Then they stop again. This breaks the flow. In the beginning, focus on speaking continuously, not perfectly. Let your words flow. Even if your English is not perfect, keep going. Because speed and comfort come from movement, not from stopping. Now, let's go deeper. Why does daily speaking work so well? Because the brain learns through repetition. When you repeat something daily, your brain starts treating it as important. It builds stronger connections. It becomes faster. It becomes automatic. And this is exactly what you need for fluency. Now, think about children. How do children learn a language? They don't study grammar books. They don't memorize rules. They listen, they repeat. They speak every day. They make mistakes, but they don't stop. And slowly, they become fluent. You need the same mindset. Less fear, more practice. Less waiting, more speaking. Now, let me tell you something very real. In the beginning, your English will feel basic. You may repeat the same words again and again. You may feel slow. You may feel that your English is not good. That is completely normal. Every fluent speaker started from this level. Every confident speaker once felt nervous. Every strong speaker once made mistakes. But they continued. And that is why they improved. So don't judge yourself too early. Respect your beginning. Because your beginning is the start of your success. Now, let's connect this step with fast learning. If you want to learn English fast, you cannot leave speaking for later. Speaking must be part of your journey from day one. Because speaking shows you your real level. When you speak, you discover your weaknesses. You discover where you get stuck. You discover which words you don't know. And this helps you improve faster. So speaking is not just practice. It is also feedback. Now, here is one powerful technique. After speaking for 10 minutes, record yourself. Then, listen to it. Don't criticize yourself. Just observe. Ask yourself, where did I stop too much? Which word did I repeat again and again? Where did I feel confident? This awareness will help you improve faster. Now remember something very important. You don't need motivation every day. You need discipline. Some days you will feel excited. Some days you will feel lazy. Some days you will feel tired. Speak anyway. even if only for 5 minutes. Do not break the habit. Because once the habit becomes strong, your improvement becomes automatic. So from today, make this promise to yourself. I will speak English every day. Not sometimes. Not when I feel ready. Every day. Because when you speak every day, English stops being a subject and it becomes part of your life. And when English becomes part of your life, you start learning it very fast. Now, let's move to Step 3. Step 3. Learn English in sentences, not just words. This step can completely change your speed. Many learners make a big mistake. They learn English like a dictionary. One word today, another word tomorrow, another word the next day, and they keep collecting words. But when they try to speak, they cannot. Why? Because knowing words is not the same as knowing how to use them. You may know hundreds of words, but still not know how to make a sentence quickly. That is why you must learn sentences, complete sentences, real sentences, useful sentences. Let me explain. If you learn only the word hungry, it is not enough. But if you learn I am hungry, now you have a ready sentence. You don't need to think too much. You don't need to build the sentence. It is already ready in your mind. And this makes speaking faster. This is how fluency grows, not by learning words, but by learning patterns. Now understand something powerful. Language is not just vocabulary. Language is patterns. Language is structure. Language is connection. Fluent speakers don't create every sentence from zero. Their brain already knows many patterns, and that is why they speak fast. So if you want to become fluent, you must train your brain with patterns. For example, instead of learning tired, learn I am tired. I feel tired today. I am too tired to work. Instead of learning late, learn I am late. He came late. Sorry, I am late. Now you are learning real English. Now your brain is getting ready to use sentences, and this makes speaking easy. Now let's move to Step 4. Step 4. Listen to English every day, but listen actively, not passively. This step is extremely important if you want to become fluent faster. Most learners focus only on speaking and grammar, but they ignore listening. And this is a big mistake, because before your mouth can speak English well, your ears must understand English well. You must hear English again and again. You must hear how words sound. You must hear how sentences connect. You must hear the rhythm, the speed, and the natural flow. Because if your ears are weak, your speaking will also be weak. Now, listen carefully. Many people say, I listen to English every day, but I still don't improve. Why does this happen? Because they are doing passive listening. Passive listening means English is playing, but your mind is not focused. Maybe you are scrolling your phone. Maybe you are doing other work. Maybe you are just hearing sounds, not understanding. This type of listening is not completely useless, but it is not enough. If you want fast improvement, you must do active listening. Active listening means full focus. You are paying attention. You are trying to understand. You are noticing words. You are observing pronunciation. You are asking yourself, what did I hear? What does this mean? How did they say this? This kind of listening trains your brain deeply. Now, understand this clearly. You cannot speak what you never hear. Your mouth cannot produce patterns your ears have never learned. That is why listening is not optional. It is essential. Now, let me explain how listening improves your English. At first, English may sound very fast. You may feel like all the words are mixed together. You may understand very little. This is normal. Your ears are not trained yet. But when you listen daily, something powerful happens. Slowly, your brain starts recognizing sounds. You begin to catch familiar words. Then small sentences. Then full ideas. This is how listening improves. Not in one day, but day by day. Now, let's talk about what you should listen to. Don't choose very difficult content in the beginning. If everything is too hard, you will feel lost. Choose simple English, something slightly above your level, something you can understand partly. This is the best level for learning. For example, if you are a beginner, listen to slow English, simple conversations, and easy stories. If you are intermediate, listen to interviews, podcasts, and daily conversations. The goal is not difficult English. The goal is useful English. Now, here's the most important part. Repeat. Yes, repeat the same audio again and again. Many learners always want new content, but real learning happens in repetition. First time, you understand little. Second time, you understand more. Third time, you notice new words. Fourth time, everything becomes clearer. And suddenly, something that was difficult becomes easy. This is how your brain learns. Now, let me give you a simple method. Choose a short audio, 1 to 3 minutes. First, listen without stopping. Second, listen again and focus on words. Third, repeat after the speaker. Fourth, listen again. This method is very powerful. Now, let's connect this with pronunciation. When you listen daily, your pronunciation improves automatically because your brain starts copying sounds. You notice stress. You notice tone. You notice how words connect. And this makes your English sound natural. Now, one more important thing. Don't try to understand every word. Even if you understand 60%, it is okay. You are still learning. Relax. Stay patient. Keep listening. Now, let's move to the final step. Step 5. Stay consistent. This is the most important step. You can know all methods. You can watch all videos. You can understand everything. But if you are not consistent, nothing will change. Most learners don't fail because English is difficult. They fail because they stop. They start with motivation. They practice for a few days. Then they stop, and everything goes back to zero. That is why consistency is powerful. English is not built in one day. It is built in small, daily actions. Even 20 minutes daily can change your life. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a realistic plan. Small but consistent. Some days you will feel motivated. Some days you will feel lazy. Practice anyway. Because consistency is stronger than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Now, remember this. Even on bad days, do something. If you cannot study for 30 minutes, study for 10. If you cannot speak for 10 minutes, speak for 3. But don't stop. Because when you protect your habit, you protect your progress. Now, think about successful people. They are not always the most talented. They are the most consistent. They show up every day. And that is why they succeed. English is the same. You don't need talent. You need consistency. Now, let's connect all steps. Think in English. Speak every day. Learn in sentences. Listen actively. Stay consistent. If you follow these steps daily, your English will improve. Slowly at first, then faster. And one day, suddenly, everything will feel easy. You will speak without fear. You will think without translating. You will feel confident. And that is your goal. Now remember this final truth. Learning English fast does not mean rushing. It means using the right method again and again. So from today, make a decision, not an emotional decision, a real decision. I will practice every day. I will not wait for perfect conditions. I will keep going. Because one day, your English will change. Now, before we end this video, I want to ask you something. What is your biggest problem in learning English right now? Tell me in the comments. I really want to know. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to English Learning Booster, because this is not just learning English, this is your journey to confidence. Start today and never stop.